Hi, welcome to Landscape of Mothers. I'm Jill Clifton. Today's Ask the Mothers is more of a statement, but I think it has a question inside of it that's really important. This person wrote, I'm struggling with the feeling like I missed out on my prime years chasing after unrealistic goals. Sometimes I want to throw it all away and start over, but I'm exhausted of already having shifted course so many times. I'm afraid that I'm just a person who doesn't know how to be content. Um, I hear that fear. I hear that um, that self-questioning that's coming back from just these repeated experiences of trying one way and then having to come back and start over again, like kind of reorient and start again kind of thing. That sounds exhausting. It sounds overwhelming. And I can see why in an internal dialogue it leads you to feel like maybe you just can't ever be content. But I want to pull those apart just a little bit. So, unrealistic goals sounds like there's a lot of grief in it. That there was a sense of having gone after something that at some point you wanted and you didn't complete it for various reasons, which I can totally identify with. I started a PhD and then I had kids and I didn't finish. And so I understand that sense of having a goal, really working towards it, and then finding that things happen in the interim that really change the course of what we want and what we're going after. It sounds to me though like those goals were things that you still wanted, maybe. And so I think for me, this is really an island mother question of being able to come back to yourself and with a little help from Wind Mother, kind of setting down some of these things. So unrealistic goals is a judgment. Can I be content is sort of it sounds like there's a judgment for yourself in there too. And so setting some of these down and being like, okay, so the situation is that I've gone after a lot of things. I haven't always completed them. I've taken another path instead. Is this just discontent, or is it that life is life and it keeps changing? And so that calculation of what do I want, what's good for me and my family, what's good for my children keeps changing. So it sounds to me like maybe the end goal kept shifting, and it's less that you're not content maybe, and more that that's been a shifting goalpost. And so just letting that be true could be a start. And then coming back to yourself and asking, what do you really want? What makes you happy? What do you want to go after? What feels really important to you? What are you willing to work for and really devote to that that you've been sidelining? Because the other possibility is that you've been going after things thinking they're going to get you to a particular place and they don't seem to end up there. And I would say that that's maybe a disconnect between what you really want and what maybe you think you should be doing. So that's another question to consider is what's the difference between what I want to do and what I think I'm supposed to do? And that can sometimes give a little clarity about, like, we can back up far enough and make enough space in the question that there are alternate avenues to follow. Or that you find out that you are really doing what you want to do. You just feel like you should be doing something else. And then that gives you a chance, that island mother thing, right? That would give you a chance to redefine how you're talking to yourself about how life has unfolded. That there's an ability to acknowledge what you really want and acknowledge that that's not what society told you should be doing right now, and that it's okay with you. And it doesn't mean that those thoughts won't still cycle. They do for me. But it makes it easier to stand by the thing that you really want, and to have Island Mother on board and be able to use her stance of what she feels like is important in the world to, pick what you're doing with your time and your energy and your life force. So hope that's helpful.